Hello everyone, I'm Anshika, and today we are here on this channel with solution to another problem, that is Leetcode number 278 first bad version. So first we'll be understanding what the problem is, then we'll be looking at its possible solution and the logic building. After that we'll be solving this video on our platform, that is Leetcode. So let's begin by reading the question. You are a product manager and are currently leading team to develop a new product. Unfortunately, the latest version of your product fails the quality check. Since each version is developed based on the previous version, all the versions after a bad version are also bad. This means that we are given a role in a developer team wherein we are supposed to develop products based on their versions. And for example, if a version of a product it turns out to be bad, then all the version after that bad version will also be bad. So here we have n version, let's say 1, 2, and so on till n. And we want to find out which version was the first bad version so that all the following ones were bad after that. Also, we are given an API that is our is bad version that returns a boolean that is a true or false, and boolean is a return type of this function. We are already given that, so we can check if that particular version is bad or not. Then it returns whether the version is bad and implement. So we have to implement a function to find the first bad version, and we should minimize the number of calls to the API. Here is our first example, that is n is given 5, for example 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the bad version is 4. So the output has to be 4 because 4 is the first bad version. Then the explanation is when we call the bad version for the third one, it gives false, and then when we give a call to the fifth one, it gives true. But when we give the call to the fourth one, it is true. This means that fourth is the first bad version, and it gave 5 true because fifth version comes after fourth, and that will also be bad. So our first of all goal is to find out which version is bad. And the second example just says that if there is only one product and it is bad, so the output will always be 1 because that itself is the bad version. So now we'll be looking on how to solve. We have the explanation on this. So first of all, we are given with the first bad version function. And over here we have passed the number of the products that we have, that is n. So over here we will apply the concept of binary search. And in doing so, the first thing that we do in a binary search is to find the middle element of the number of things that we have given. Then we go on to find whether it exists in the left or the right of the mid. So here also we'll first, if we are given with these products, that is the versions, we'll first find out the middle by using our formula, that is if this is the low, this is the high end. So it will be low plus high divided by 2. And for the more optimized version of our mid calculation, we can use our mid, that is start or low plus our, wait a second, high minus low divided by 2, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so we'll be using this to calculate our mid. So from this formula, we can have our uh, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just for the ease of this, we can write our low as 0 plus high is 4 minus 0 by 2. This will be 2, and at the second index we have 3. So let me change the color to this will be our mid. Now once we have the mid, now we check whether our value exists towards the left or towards the right. So we can cut short our searching space in half. So for that matter, we are going to call our given API, that is bad version for the mid. First of all, we do it for the mid because what if the middle element is only the answer that we are looking for, or what if the mid turns out to be our first bad version? So we first look out for the middle element. After that, based on whatever this function is going to return, whether true or false, we'll be looking at whether to search in the left or the right. So if our mid is the answer or our mid is the bad version, then we are going to return mid as our answer. And then one more thing that we're going to do is we are going to update our high value to mid minus 1 so that our searching space is now only to 0 and the first index, and the rest of the array is excluded from our search. Okay, so then we update our high to high minus 1. Now, this is the first case in which our mid is the our answer. So the second case can be that our mid is not the answer and we have to search for the left or the right to look for our first bad version. In that case, we are just going to use an else block because this was the if block. We'll just update our start, or we can say low, to mid plus 1. Okay, and over here it's not going to be high, it's going to be mid minus 1. Okay, now we continue this process till our low and high index converge to the same point. So in this case, we will write a while loop outside all of this with the condition that our low is less than or equal to our high. Okay, and when it is found that our whole condition are checked and our while loop is also ended, then we are going to return our answer that we're going to find if it is met. Now let's look at the Leetcode platform to solve this problem further. So here is our Leetcode platform. So first we'll start by creating variables. That is, let's take low, then we take high, and we also take a variable that is answer. After this, we'll inside our while loop, we'll check the condition whether low is yes, less than equal to high, and inside this condition we use our while loop if is bad version, and we'll pass our mid. So first we have to also create our mid. Mid is going to be low plus end or our high. Actually, I'm used to writing start and end, but a friend of mine recommended me to instead write high and low. So that's why I'm facing this problem. Nevertheless, it's none of your business. So, yes. Over here, we are going to write answer is equals to mid, and also we're going to update our high to mid minus 1. And we'll be writing an else block too, so that our search space is now at mid plus 1. In this case, we will be searching in the left, and in this case, we will be searching in the right. And after our whole while loop, we'll be returning our answer. Okay, now let's run this code. Yeah, there's one problem is that we have to initialize our low. So this is going to be 0 and high with n because that is the number of products that we're using. Yeah. Okay, so this is passed all the test cases. Now we're going to submit it. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, we have completed this problem. So thank you so much for watching. And if you've liked this video, please like and share. Thank you.